And we are back with Business RadioX Pro Tips. Lee Kantor, Stone Payton here with you this morning. Lee, in terms of building a system, I think one of the key challenges maybe is just, where do you start?
I think when you're building a system, it's important to start at the end, not at the beginning. And that might sound counterintuitive, but it's really critically important to understand what the end looks like and what is the outcome you desire. And the clearer you can get from that standpoint, then the easier it is to reverse engineer the system. And that is, one of the things that we're pretty good at Business RadioX. So my recommendation is begin talking with the end user. Who's the person doing the work? What's the customer want? And what are the frontline folks kind of need? And if you start really diving deeply into the end, where the process ends, you're going to have a way better kind of plan on how to get there. So it's better to have things work better for the frontline folks than it is for the management folks. Like, just because it's easier for the management to want to see something a certain way, but it's hard for the frontline worker to deliver that, then that defeats the purpose. I mean, then the customer is going to get a bad experience just because it makes the person keeping score at the end of the day, it makes their life easier. That's silly. I mean, to me, you got to focus on the people that matter most. And it's a lot more important to have your customer have a great experience, to have the frontline workers have an easy way of delivering that rather than some management person who's just counting things. So you got to kind of understand that going in and err on the side of giving the customer and your frontline people the easiest way to do their job so that the customer's the happiest. And then when you're building these systems out, you got to kind of give yourself a lot of grace, because this kind of work never ends. The systems are constantly changing. You should be constantly trying to improve them. And change is not a bug in this. Change is a feature. You should always be learning, growing, tweaking, and sharing what you've learned.